What is going on, guys, and welcome back into the Rams house, and I'm going to be discussing the Rams beating the Seattle Seahawks and improving to 10-4 on the season, getting closer to taking that division from the Arizona Cardinals. This was definitely a game that was very gritty. It was very hard fought, it was very physical, and just a very tough type of game, which is kind of how divisional games typically go. I know a lot of Rams fans were expecting a ton of points, everything like that, but it really was hard fought till the end, and there was, it took a while to get things figured out. I think for the Rams, their identity that they've had in the last couple of games is establishing that run with Sony Michel, the physicality, working off that with the play action, kind of like the Rams typically were doing in the past before Stafford came in, and that's what they were trying to do. But it was very apparent and clear early that the Seahawks were very good at stuffing that run. You see some good runs here and there from the running backs, but really the Seahawks did a good job at stopping that, and it kind of made our offense a little bit one-dimensional. In my opinion, I feel like for the first 3 quarters, our offense was spotty. I think the time of possession was working out really well for us. We were having some good long drives, but it did seem like every time we would get into Seahawk territory, we just kind of stall out, and those are the types of things you need to fix. Obviously, the Rams really didn't have any practices this week due to all the COVID situations, everything like that. But it's one of those things where you got to get it figured out, you got to fix it, but it is divisional. These teams know you, and they had a good game plan against the run, and so it was just really about making those in-game adjustments that I thought were really needed, and our big players made plays when we needed it to, like Cooper Kupp. I mean, this guy continues on the tear on the season that he's having. It's just a great season. Obviously, he's breaking records. I believe he broke Isaac Bruce's record for the receptions this game. I mean, you just talk about a guy who's very well-rounded, a very good all-around athlete. I think that's just Cooper Kupp in a nutshell. Talking about the defense, I do think in the first half our pass rush was there, and we were really, the Seahawks weren't trying to run the ball a ton, but when they did, I thought we did a pretty good job at stopping that. And then when they were getting in those passing down situations, we were able to stop it really well and kind of counter it with our pass rush. I think you really saw the impact of Von Miller, Leonard Floyd, Aaron Donald, and Greg Gaines. Yes, I want to include Greg Gaines. What a game he had as well. But Von Miller getting his first sack, I do think the pass rush really was affecting the game early. Then when he went out into the second half, it seemed like the Seahawks on that first drive where they got the touchdown, they really established that run, and we're just kind of shoving it down our throats, being very physical. But then we made the corrections. We came back off of that. The defense showed up again. The pass rush was there. And so really, I do think that it was about who could establish that run, who can be more physical, and then work with your passing game off of that is really who is going to win this game. The Seahawks did a good job about that on the first drive of the second half, but I do believe that the Rams really, their offense was a little bit more cohesive. It was a really well-rounded group, and drives still did stall out in the second half, that's for sure, but we did enough to win the game. Cooper Kupp putting the team on his back to be able to win this game. I do want to have some shout outs for some players. I think Aaron Donald, obviously, this guy, just when you need him most, he's sacked Russell Wilson the most, and for any NFL team, I think he just always makes an impact. He's always going to make an impact on the game. He had a sack, and he was just, again, he's just one of those guys who you want to have on your team, and he was really impacting the game. Talking about Greg Gaines, I mean, what a player this is. He is, you wouldn't expect him to be a very big impactor when you look at him, but he's really put together some really, really good games this season, and he just continues that. He was disrupting the game. He got in Russell Wilson's face a couple of times to impact some of the throws, like on that 4th down. I mean, this guy's just everywhere. He does things really well, and you can tell Aaron Donald likes him. He's a good compliment to him, so I got to shout him out. Then I want to shout out Von Miller getting his first sack as an LA Ram, really providing that edge rush, but also helping, stop the run when they're trying to run on the edges, and he did really well on that side. I thought it was a really good game by Von Miller there. He did, even on some plays where he didn't get the sack, he was impacting the game really well, which is really what you want to see. And then Cooper Kupp. I mean, this guy, like I talked about before, he's just been amazing this season with Stafford. That chemistry is there. The breakfast clubs are really paying off, and really you saw it in effect today. Like I said, he broke the record today, Isaac Bruce's record in the Rams franchise history, and then he got the 2 touchdowns. He made those big catches. Those catches weren't even that easy. There were some hard catches on those deep ones, so Cooper Kupp continues to contribute to this team, continues to break records, set records, do whatever he wants to do. My last guy I want to mention is Jalen Ramsey. I mean, this guy, he knows how to stop Metcalf. I know there were some pass interferences here and there, but I really think Jalen Ramsey just fits in this defense so well. We know it. He had some huge key pass breakups. He did a really good job against Metcalf when he was lined up on him, and I'm really happy he's on our team. I'm really glad we came away with this win, improved to 10-4. Hopefully we can steal this division from the Cardinals. Let me know what you think down below. As always, I am Rams House. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Horns up and God bless.